All right, it is time for meat prep. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it has to be done, and because I don't like touching meat all the time, I love when it's prepped. So take just a little bit of time, get it all prepped at once, and then you can thank yourself later. So here's how I do it. I would love to know if you have any tips, tricks, things that you do. Maybe you use different meats than I do, and so you can give some tips on those. But I thought, hey, maybe this will help. And of course, the Pampered Chef tools that I use make it so much easier, less of a chore once it's all said and done, right? So the two meats that I have to prep today are some ground turkey. And we use our ground turkey every week. We do things like lettuce wraps, tacos, spaghetti. We make a little like cheeseburger and fries thing. So we've got a few staple type dinner meals that we use it for. So I bought 3 pounds. I like to do 3 pounds at once. And before you got here, I did put the nonstick stainless skillet here on the stove on a medium heat. It's our stainless, but it's nonstick. So one of my very favorite Pampered Chef tools is on medium heat. And we're just gonna put some of this on the skillet so it can start getting ground up and ready. I do freeze it, so I'll just season it with salt and pepper, and then we'll freeze it, and then use it throughout. I just freeze it in the amount that I'll be using it in. All right, get this in here. All right, so meat's in the skillet. I've got my mix and chop tool here, and we're gonna put a little salt and pepper just to season. So let me grab my salt shaker. So when we make this into taco night, it will be, seasoned again with a little bit of, I do vegetable oil and then Southwest seasoning. If it's spaghetti night, I might put a little Italian in it, but we're just gonna pre-cook it today. So that's step one. We're gonna get that cooking, and then we're gonna let it cool, and then I'll freeze it in just the portions that we need for those meals. Okay, next we're gonna get some chicken ready. My least favorite, but we're gonna make it happen. So I'm gonna be using the close and cut set, which is large knife, and our, this is the close and cut. It has spring loaded. You can cut it in half, the chicken in half. And then I've got my large batter bowl here. We're gonna put the chicken in here and eventually into freezer bags so that I have ready to go chicken. So I'm a big chicken breast here. And what I'm gonna do first is take my professional shears and trim off all the yuck, all right? So go through this process here with me. All right, so if we haven't met before, I'm Katie. I've been with Pampered Chef for, almost 11 years now. And I started out as a non-cook, and now I know how to cook for my family. I know how to cook for dietary restrictions. I wouldn't say that I am obsessed or love cooking, but because it's my role for our family and I care deeply about health and wellness and nutrition, and I want to take responsibility of that for our family, my children. I take it upon myself to figure this stuff out. So I'm kind of your average mom cook. I don't know if you can relate to that. Maybe you love to cook and that doesn't make sense to you, but for me, this is just something I have to do, and so these tools really make it easier for me to make it happen. I've come a really long way. What I'm doing right now would have been done with gagging and latex gloves at one point, and today I just kind of make it happen. And I know this is my path of least touching chicken, is doing it all at one time. So Pampered Chef has been in my life now for a little over 11 years. I I started as a customer and went to a party. I was really impressed at how quickly they got dinner on the table. And I thought, shoot, Juan, I have kids. I want to get dinner on the table quicker. And I always dreaded dinner time. I always dreaded that, what are we having for dinner? And then who's making dinner? Can we just have cereal? Like that was always the question. So I've come a long way, and I still have a lot to learn as well. So I've got my chicken now. It's trimmed up through the professional shears. Love those. They do a great job. And I'm gonna put, I like to cut it in half because just small, thin pieces of chicken are what I like to cook with. They also make it, I'm gonna freeze these so it makes it really quick to thaw and very even to cook with as well. So I'm just gonna shut down the close and cut, and then you pop the knife under, so nice and safe, right? And what's cool is now you'll have 2 even thin pieces of chicken. And this goes really fast, even though it's gross, even though I know it's no fun. You're prepping it all up, and then once you have it frozen, I make sure that the pre-cut chicken breasts don't touch each other in the freezer bag. That way I can just grab 1, or I can grab 4, or I can, cook for a larger need if that comes up as well. So it's also very easy if we're going to do, I don't know, something like teriyaki chicken, or like where you want it cubed up nice and small. I can take these thin pieces of chicken breast, and it's very easy to cut them. Even if they're frozen, I can take my professional shears, and just as they begin to thaw, they'll cut up nicely, and I can use them in the skillet and that sort of thing. Okay, so almost done. This usually lasts us about 2 weeks. We don't eat a lot of meat, so this 5 pounds of chicken and 3 pounds of turkey, that'll last us a couple of weeks, maybe 3, and then I'll do this again. So I don't have to do it very often, which is nice. Okay, I've got all of my chicken cut up, and now the close and cut can go in the dishwasher. I always get that question, like, is it easy to clean? So of course you want to make sure it's nice and sanitized and everything's, all of that can go into the dishwasher. Even our coated knives are okay for the dishwasher. However, knives always stay sharper. Even if it says that they're dishwasher safe, it's always better to just hand wash those. So I will wash those all up. I want to show you, I've got all 5 pounds of chicken. It's ready to go. I'm gonna take my freezer bag, and what I like to do is, I put them in here, as many will fit but not touch, and then I'll freeze them, and then they just become a bag of chicken, which we at the store pay a lot extra for, to have trimmed, skinless, boneless, chicken, tenderloins or breasts. And I just make them myself and save a lot of money that way by buying in bulk large chicken breasts and having this close and cut set. So the mix and chop here, that'll be cooked in a few more minutes, but essentially that's my meat prep situation. So I don't have to touch uncooked meat every day. It's like, okay, I have this, I'm pulling it out, and it's ready to go. Especially love the how quick you can make taco night, spaghetti night, any of that, so fast when it's already pre-cooked. So if you have any other meat prep tips, I want to know about them. So I'm still learning, and I hope that this helped you as well. So that's all for now. If I can help you with deciding on what you need for your kitchen, helping you share Pampered Chef with your friends through a party experience and a fun, unique event where you can get free and discounted things, I would love to do that. Or I'd love to invite you to be part of my Katie Pampered Chef Lady community, watching the videos, and I do sales from time to time as well. All right, well, that's all for me. Have a great night.